Hello, this is Jim Portali. 2:30, November 16th, with the first of a series of videos that are designed to be put up on YouTube for the benefit of the membership of the Skipper's Cove Beach Club. This is the first one. This is the one I call Current Status, Current Issues. But there are many things that I wish to talk about to you today, so I'm going to cut them up into smaller videos. They're going to be about current issues. They're going to be about the budget. They're going to be about the election process. I'm talking about the Skipper's Cove Beach Club election. They're also going to be talking about the marina project and its effect on the budget. We're going to be talking about the legalized games of chance and what's happening here in the beach club and why it is so very illegal, and my proof for that. We're going to be talking about the ABC and the Skipper's Cove Beach Club alcohol license. We're going to be talking about the swimming pool that you may have heard about, and we're going to be talking about the clubhouse that you may have heard we're tearing down and rebuilding after selling property. None of that is true, but it's out there, and this is what people are using to entice you to come to their side and listen to their issues, which I encourage you to do. I just want you to do it with an open mind and not be fooled into what they're saying. First of all, as I go through this, I really would like to emphasize that I have no intention of coming back as president or in any other capacity on the Skipper's Cove Beach Club. So none of what I'm about to tell you and say to you in these videos leads to that conclusion. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but it's not going to happen. Okay, so you will hear me talking about some horrendous, incredible facts that are putting your Skipper's Cove Beach Club at risk for lawsuits, for violations, fines, even felony charges, as you're about to hear. You know me, I don't say it if I can't prove it. I have spent 17 years assuring that everything is done in accordance with the law. I have had multiple meetings recently with the ABC, the Department of Community Affairs, the Attorney General's office, and one meeting with the IRS. Some with the county supervisors, and some to be had yet with bank managers. Notice my list of the important stuff that we're going to talk about really doesn't include any of the good things like the proclamations from township and like the awards we won for being the best homeowners association in Ocean County. Those are nice. Those are compliance issues for sure, but they're also cosmetic in nature. They are rewarding our beautification, and I'm proud of that beautification, and I want you to know that as proud as I am of it, and as much as I thank you for it, those projects are about 10% of what's important, of what I call the compliance issues in the Skipper's Cove Beach Club. Today I'm going to limit my discussion to the serious legal issues we should all be concerned with, and put less emphasis on the unprofessional behavior of your nominating committee. Now, you know that had to come up sooner or later. Had to mention it because it's a ridiculous thing that happened. They got us here in the first place. I have a few short comments about their deception and hijacking of your club, and then I'm going to leave it there. But I quickly move into more serious and legal issues. Each will be introduced in separate YouTube videos, and I've already mentioned what those YouTube videos are going to be. They'll deal with the budget, the marina, legalized games of chance, ABC laws, and the election. Bylaws of the Skipper's Cove Beach Club are clear. Article 7, Section 1, Paragraph H is as clear as it gets. Additional nominations for any office may be made by means of a written petition signed by 25 voting households submitted in time to be included on the printed ballot, unquote. It's not rocket science. It's right there in black and white. Those are the words. That is what we all agreed to. That's what we all voted for. Those are our bylaws. We can't just ignore the bylaws because they don't fit into your personal plan. I received 107 signed petitions and yet was arrogantly denied the opportunity to be put on the ballot. That's against the bylaws. Whether or not I wanted to be put on the ballot doesn't make any difference. Fact is, the petitions were there, it's in the bylaws, and I should have been put on there. And then if you voted for me, I could always have turned it down. But never got that far because of our nominating committee and their inability to comply with the bylaws of the Skippers Cove Beach Club. Although the meeting for the nominating committee was private and it was called for by the chairman, Mark Emmer, there were nevertheless approximately 30 uninvited people that attended that meeting and caused tremendous turmoil and actually influenced the outcome significantly. Ignorant comments were yelled out, such as Jim Portale removed 11 pages of the bylaws, and she's holding up bylaws that's about 20 years old. God only knows. Sorry, Rita, but you have no clue. And then there were the other ones who said, hey, Jim Portale has video cameras and audio in my bedrooms. He listens to what we say in our bedroom. Sorry, neighbors, not even close to being the truth. But this is the stuff that's happening. This is the stuff they're yelling out at a meeting. This is the stuff they're screaming about. And the result was that you did not get your rightful bylaws rights. The result of all this caused a stun effect, and Marion Rapisi pushed through a resolution to disallow me from the election using the ignorant clause, in my opinion, that I am not qualified. Now look at me real close. Been president for 17 years, and she says I am not qualified. Let that sit. Think about that. It's the perfect example of why the membership should get involved at all important decisions, and the presiding officer should make that decision as to how this thing should go out to a vote. The membership should have the right to vote. The membership should have the right to decide how something like this can get done. Not a group of 30, not a group of 20, in this case, not even a group of 5 or 3. The membership, you should make that decision, but you were denied the opportunity to make that decision, and that is just flat out wrong, incompetent. To conclude on this subject, I have sought and received the advice of 2 separate professional parliamentarians. Whether you realize or not, a parliamentarian is actually a sought-after professional for which you are educated, studied, licensed, and registered. There aren't that many in New Jersey, oddly enough. There are a few around the country, and the one that I have chosen his name is John Jacoby. He's from Philadelphia, but he's licensed here in the state of New Jersey. He has taken a look at what these 3 people have done. And in his opinion, the actions of Rita Sweeney, Peg Hendricks, and especially Marion Rapisi is 100% out of order. And the letter they mailed to you is just a ploy under the disguise of this Manahawkin lawyer, who, by the way, didn't send me that letter, didn't send Jim Portale that letter. He didn't send it to the beach club or to the president of the beach club. He didn't send it to you. He sent this letter to Rita Sweeney, who photocopied it and mailed it out to you. That alone should tell you about that letter and about who this man is and what their ploy was. Unfortunately, you got caught up in the middle of it and believed them. So I'm not qualified to be president. But John and I are continuing to work on this. The only reason I haven't moved forward on this and taken action and filed the appropriate paperwork is because I don't want to be president anymore. I'm tired. I've been doing this for a very long time. The difference is, though, had somebody of competence come in to become the president, I would have been there right there as the right-hand person. I told Mary Marabello rather, a year ago that if she wanted to be the president, I'd be right there. I'd train her, help her out, and everything. But she didn't say anything until 2 weeks, and now 2 weeks prior. And I'm understanding that this timing was not even her decision. She's following, and I can tell you, I don't have proof of it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm only going to provide you things I have proof of. But I can tell you that somebody is guiding her through this process, and she's taking it hook, line, and sinker. Now, I don't want charges from the Department of Community Affairs to interfere with you. I really couldn't care less what it does to them, but I don't want it to interfere with the membership of the Skippers Cove Beach Club. I do propose that this election be tossed. I do propose that we reaccomplish it and do it right this time. The secret ballot with a signature on the outer envelope is required. It's not a good idea. It's not if you want to. It's not if you're in the mood. It's required. It is how the tellers committee knows whose ballot is on the inside of that envelope. Because the inside ballot is secret. There's no names. There's nothing on the inside ballot except your mark. So there's no way they could verify that you are the person that put that ballot in the envelope and that you are in good standing and that they could check you off on a list. Because without being able to do that, 2 people from your household or 5 people from your household could be putting a ballot in, and the tellers committee would never be able to know because it's illegal. They did it illegally. Well, all I can say is I'm not going to push it. I'm going to leave it up to the membership to complain. And in January, if things don't get resolved, I will lead the fight for a recall of those who were elected illegally. Thank you for listening. Look for my next video, which will be solely about the budget.